He had already been shot. The crowd wanted chaos. Theodore Roosevelt wanted quiet. That moment matters because most people think strength shows up as force. But real strength often shows up first as control. Control of your voice. Control of your timing. Control of what gets worse and what does not. This video is about 5 real moments like that. Not vague motivation. Real people. Real pressure. Real decisions that still teach something useful now. By the end, I want to leave you with 3 rules that can help you stay useful when the room gets hot. In 1912, Theodore Roosevelt was on his way to give a speech in Milwaukee when a man shot him in the chest. The crowd reacted the way crowds often do. Fast. Loud. Dangerously. Roosevelt's first instinct was not to escalate the panic. It was to lower the temperature. He told the crowd to stay calm and not hurt the man. Then he checked the blood on his shirt, judged that the bullet had probably missed his lung, and decided to keep speaking. For almost an hour. The lesson is not that you need Roosevelt's pain tolerance. The lesson is that under pressure, the first useful move is often emotional containment. Before you solve the whole problem, stop the moment from becoming uglier. Roosevelt reached for steadiness before spectacle. And that choice changed the entire shape of the moment. Nikola Tesla described a different kind of pressure skill. He said he could build and test inventions in his mind before he built them in the world. He would imagine the machine, run it, adjust it, and look for the weak point before metal ever touched the table. Pressure often begins much earlier, when we refuse to rehearse honestly. Tesla's habit turns preparation into a form of calm. If you have already walked through the failure point mentally, the live moment has less power to shock you. You are not meeting the weakness for the first time. So the Tesla lesson is simple. Do some of the hard moment early. Rehearse. Picture the weak point. Find the wobble before the audience, the deadline, the interview, or the decision forces you to find it in public. Before John Glenn orbited Earth, NASA already had machine calculations. But Glenn still wanted Katherine Johnson to check the numbers. He was willing to pause until her work said go. That story is powerful because it shows that calm is not always a solo achievement. Sometimes calm is borrowed from trust. Earned trust. The kind built through repeated, careful work. Line by line. Problem by problem. Check by check. Until other people know your clarity makes risk smaller. Good work can calm a team. Good work can calm a leader. Good work can calm a launch. If your work affects other people, be the person whose clarity makes the room safer. When Gandhi was thrown off a train in South Africa, the insult could have stayed at the level of humiliation. Private pain, private anger, private revenge. But the reason the story still matters is that he did not let the moment end there. He gave the injury direction. Not to deny the feeling, not to pretend it did not hurt, but to decide that your reaction will be shaped by purpose, not only by heat. Gandhi's lesson is not softness. It is conversion, turning raw emotion into a form that can actually move something. Abraham Lincoln is often linked to a quieter pressure habit. When he was angry, he sometimes wrote letters he never sent. That small detail matters more than it looks. It shows another version of strength. Creating space between feeling and consequence. Not every intense emotion deserves immediate delivery. Not every true feeling belongs in the permanent record. Sometimes the strongest move is the unsent one, the one that gives wisdom time to catch up with emotion. So what do these 5 stories have in common? Roosevelt teaches, lower the temperature first. Tesla teaches, rehearse the weak point before the live moment. Glenn and Katherine Johnson teach. Build trust before the pressure arrives. Gandhi teaches. Turn emotion into direction. Lincoln teaches. Pause long enough to keep feeling from becoming damage. If I had to compress all of that into 3 practical rules, they would be these. First, do part of the hard moment early. Second, when pressure hits, lower the heat before you chase the whole solution. Third, do not waste pressure on reaction alone. Convert it into something useful. Clarity. Direction. Better work. Better judgment. That is what real strength looks like. Not perfect calm. Useful calm. If this kind of true story helps you think better under pressure, subscribe for more. And share this with someone who carries a lot quietly.